Mining is extracting ore or minerals from the ground. An ore is a natural material with a high concentration of economically valuable minerals, and miners dig up and process ore to be sold for a profit. Some of the more widely known and mined minerals range from precious metals like gold and other metals like copper and nickel, which are widely used for construction and manufacturing. People have been mining or removing useful and valuable materials from the earth for thousands of years, and mining takes place all over the world. The minerals found by mining are used for the manufacture of thousands of goods we use every day. These include metals for the manufacture of machines such as engines. Minerals are used in finer manufacturing too, such as electronics for things like mobile phones. But not everywhere is suitable for mining. For a mine to work, there needs to be enough of a mineral present to justify or pay back the high costs involved with digging it up. The mining process usually begins with prospecting. The prospector's job is to search for and test how much minerals are present in the ground. Prospectors will usually take samples and do tests to find how much and what minerals are present. The results determine if there are enough minerals at that site to justify the large costs of digging them up. There are different types of mines. There is surface mining. An example of surface mining are open-cut mines. Open-cut mines dig deep into the earth, creating a huge hole. From there, the minerals are removed. Gold and copper are often mined using this method, and Gold Ridge Mine on Guadalcanal is an example of an open-cut mine. Strip mining, as the name describes, strips or removes the earth's top layers to gather the minerals close to the surface. Nickel and bauxite are commonly mined using this method, and strip mining is the type of mining proposed on Isabel, Choiseul, Wagina and Rennell Islands. And there is alluvial mining. Alluvial mining is extracting metals, often gold, from sediments, sands or gravels that are in rivers. Often, alluvial mining is done by individuals or small groups. Another widely used style of mining is called underground mining. As the name suggests, the miners work underground, tunneling into the earth, searching for and removing the minerals. The deepest underground mines are in South Africa and reach nearly 4 kilometers into the earth. A new frontier or development in mining is deep sea mining. These pictures are taken thousands of meters beneath the ocean surface on the sea floor. These are hydrothermal vents or black smokers, though that is not black smoke that comes out of them, but hot water mixed with sediments. These vents are found around underwater volcanoes, and they are rich in valuable minerals like gold, silver, copper and lead. Deep sea miners are exploring ways of retrieving those minerals from deep under the ocean. To do that, special underwater machinery is lowered to the sea floor where it scoops up the earth. That mix of rocks and water is pumped up to the surface to a support or processing ship. This is a new type of mining, but as technology is developed and prices of minerals increase, deep sea mining is becoming a reality. The first deep sea mine will likely be in Papua New Guinea, and some areas of Solomon Islands are being explored by deep sea mining companies. Mining begins with removing the raw materials, the rock and the earth. In small alluvial mining, this can be done by hand with few tools. Many mines, though, are huge operations that use some of the biggest machinery that has ever been built. After the earth has been dug up, it is transported for export or sent to a processing plant. A processing plant removes the unwanted rock and earth and separates the valuable ore and minerals from the waste. If the mine builds a processing plant on site, this can provide further local business and employment opportunities. The separated valuable ore and minerals are kept and sent to a port for transport out of the country and sale overseas. Because mines need to remove huge amounts of earth in order to find the minerals they are looking for, they produce huge amounts of waste. That waste is called tailings. What to do with or how to dispose of those tailings or waste is one of the most difficult environmental challenges with mining. Some of the methods used to manage mine waste are: riverine disposal is a crude method where the tailings or waste are pushed or dumped into the nearby river systems. Two examples of riverine disposal near the Solomon Islands are Ok Tedi in Papua New Guinea and Panguna in Bougainville. Waste from the Ok Tedi mine in PNG's highlands is pushed into the rivers and has reputedly caused the massive Fly River to fill up with earth and other sediments and now regularly spill over its banks and flood, causing great difficulty for the people living along the river. Likewise, with Bougainville's Panguna mine, the pile of waste rock is so big it is like a mountain and has changed the Jaba River and the livelihoods for the people that live there. Because of the environmental damage caused by riverine disposal, it is no longer acceptable in most parts of the world, and responsible miners use other methods of managing the tailings waste. To help control the discharge of sediments into river systems, some miners use a tailings dam. For example, Gold Ridge has a tailings dam. The purpose of the dam is to slow the flow of water so that the heavy rock and earth fall to the bottom and the water is held or reused in the processing plant. A danger with tailings dams is if they are not constructed and managed properly, they can fail and let the waste and pollutants into the rivers. A waste disposal method used by some mines sited close to a coast is to pipe the tailings into the deep sea After the miners have exhausted or used up the ore and minerals, they leave the site. To repair the environmental damage created by the mine, responsible and quality mining companies follow up with a rehabilitation program to help speed up the recovery of the environment. Miners have an obligation, either enforced by law in the country they are mining in or by international pressure, to properly manage the mine's waste and to clean up and rehabilitate the environment after mining. Mining can also bring change to the lifestyle of the people living in and around the mine sites. Some of those social impacts are things like a rapid rise in population, drugs and alcohol issues, and disputes over land and money from the development. An example of social impact very close to the Solomon Islands is Bougainville, where the dispute over sharing mining wealth triggered a war that killed 15,000 to 20,000 Bougainvillians. Because mining moves so much earth, it has a great impact on the surrounding environment. Perhaps the greatest environmental challenge is the disposal of the mine's waste. In some mining processing, such as gold mining, chemicals are used, and those chemicals remain in the waste and can find their way into the rivers and streams if not managed correctly. Some rocks naturally contain dangerous chemicals, and after the earth has been opened up and the rock broken, those chemicals leach into the environment. Because the Solomons are a nation of small islands, large-scale digging and land moving can also impact the nearby marine environment. Understanding and managing those environmental and social impacts is something communities must consider very carefully and work with the miner to manage. Mining is a huge business. If well planned and managed, mining can bring large-scale development opportunities and benefits to a region. Those benefits can include things such as health. Mines can boost health services with facilities such as clinics and hospitals. Another possible development is in education, by providing and supporting services such as schools, scholarships, and also trade and vocational training. Infrastructure, with development in areas such as housing, roads, and improved communication facilities. Mining presents business opportunities such as providing services to the mine and other flow-on businesses from the economy generated by the mining developments. Plus employment opportunities working for the miner and the support businesses. And money generated by royalty payments. How much and what kind of benefits that mining can provide are determined by the agreement that the government and landowners negotiate with the miner. But not all mines and mining companies are the same. Some miners are less concerned with honesty and community relations than other better quality and more honest mining companies. Also, if the government and landowners are not honest and transparent, then it will be difficult for an honest and transparent company to work there, and that place might be filled instead with a mining company more concerned with making quick profit and with little regard for environmental damage or community benefits. A community and other stakeholders should make the effort to investigate the history of a mining company that is considering prospecting or mining on their land, and consider the past conduct of that company in other places they have mined. Mining is already a part of our lives, and many of the goods and tools that we use every day are made from materials produced from mines. Further, mining is one of the largest contributors to the world's economy. But because mining is such a huge endeavor, its impacts, whether good or bad, are also huge. The future and success of mining in the Solomon Islands is in our hands. It is the decisions that we make and how prepared we are to be wise, honest, transparent, and to carefully plan that will determine mining's success or failure in the Solomon Islands.